In this video, I'll show you how this website helps you run your tote rental business. It gives customers a simple way to check your service area, choose a rental package, schedule delivery and pickup, and pay online. It also gives you one place to manage orders, inventory, scheduling, pricing, and the information shown on your website. The site can be fully customized for your business. For example, you can set your business name, your service area, your package offerings, your pricing, and your policies. If you want further customization, I can do that for you. For example, I can use your brand colors, your logo, your photos, etc. So let me show you how this works. Let's start on the home page, pretending we're a potential customer. The first thing customers see is a clear explanation of what the business offers, and that's simply reusable moving box rentals. There's also a call to action that takes the customer directly into the booking process. As we move down the page, the customer can see how the service works, why reusable totes are useful, and what other customers have said about the business. This answers the most common questions a customer has before placing an order. It also helps you build trust without requiring you to personally answer every question by phone or email or messenger. Before a customer starts a reservation, they can check whether delivery is available in their area. Let's enter a zip code inside the service area as this site is configured. So I'll enter 28201, click check area, and it says that the zip code is in the service area. Let's enter in something outside the service area. So 90210, click check area, and it tells the customer that this zip code is not in the standard delivery area or pickup area, so that they shouldn't book on their own without contacting you first. Again, you can customize this language if you want to do so. Also, the zip codes are managed from the admin area, which I'll show you in just a minute. Of course, the customers can come to the service area and see a map of the service area and the cities and towns that you do service. Of course, another section of the website is the FAQ, or frequently asked questions, and this can prevent you from having to answer every little question if a customer comes here and actually reads the FAQ. And of course, you can define your terms of service on the terms of service page. And there is a contact form. If they want to get more information, they can just go here, email or call you, and click contact us, and that will send an email directly to you. Now, the most important page on this website, of course, is the booking page. So let me click Book Now. The customer starts by choosing a delivery date and rental length. The available dates follow the rules set by you in the admin section. For example, you can control how much notice is required, how far in advance someone can book, and the minimum and maximum rental periods. The customer then simply chooses an available delivery time and pickup time. By the way, only the time slots that you offer are shown to the customer. This means the customer is selecting from your schedule, not requesting a time that you may not be able to meet. So let's say the customer wants to get their boxes on the 29th, and they want them for 2 weeks. So that means the pickup date will be July 13th. And of course, they can select their delivery times and their pickup times. And again, this is all customizable. So here, if they go down, they can see the packages. So a 2-week rental of 12 totes and 1 dolly is $139, 24 totes is $159, and so on. Of course, you can customize these packages. And as the customer selects a different rental period, the prices change. So they want to rent for 3 weeks, the 12 totes goes to $189, 4 weeks it goes to $239, 5 weeks is $289, etc. And of course, the pickup date is changing as well. So 5 weeks would be 8/3 as a return date, or 6 weeks would be 8/10 for the pickup date of the totes. Now, if you don't want to do 6-week rentals, no problem. You can configure this in the admin section. Likewise, for each one of these packages, you configure how many totes and dollies are included. By the way, the system keeps track of inventory, meaning the number of totes that you own, the number of totes that are currently out that are rented. So the number of available totes to rent is known by the system. And if any of these are not available, then the system will not let the customer select that. So for example, let's say you're down to 50 totes in inventory. Well, that means they could not rent those 60 totes, and this would be grayed out. But if you do have them, then that is an option. The great thing about this is that it prevents overbooking and removes the need to check a spreadsheet or calendar before you manually accept an offer. This way, the customer can automatically book an offer, and you know that you have the totes to provide them for that order. So let's go back up here. Let's just say the customer only wants 2 weeks, and they only want 12 totes. So they'll click this button to add it to the cart, and from there, they can go directly to the checkout page. The cart gives the customer a clear summary before checkout. They can review their package, quantities, rental dates, and total price. The customer knows exactly what they're ordering and exactly what it will cost, which reduces the questions that you have to answer. So let's say this customer's name is Fred Smith. Fred at Infinia.us. Phone number. By the way, these zip codes of the delivery address and pickup address are checked against your settings. So if they get to this point and they enter a delivery address or pickup address outside of your service area, it will not let them complete the order. So that saves you having to issue refunds for something that you can provide a service for. So let's say they're going to move to 999 State Street, and the zip code will be 28201, and there's the gate code of 1234. And they have to click that they agree to the terms and cancellation policy before they can continue to the payment. If they click the terms and cancellation policy, it will pop it up on screen so they can read exactly what they are responsible for and what the consequences are of broken totes and that sort of thing. Then, of course, they can continue to the payment. And on the demo side, if you want to do this yourself, you can enter a credit card in of 4242, 4242, 4242, 4242, and any date in the future here. And when they click pay, it'll take a second here to process. Okay, and they get a successful reservation screen. By the way, we use Stripe to do the payment processing, and Stripe handles the card information, so sensitive payment details are not stored on your website. Since their information is saved on Stripe, that means you can go in later and charge their credit card. For example, if they broke some totes or didn't return them or whatever, you already have their credit card on file and they agreed to your terms while they were in the checkout process. By the way, once the customer gets to the confirmation page, they're also sent a confirmation email and you get a new booking email. So here's an example email of what the customer will receive. And here is what you will receive as the business owner. This reservation is recorded in the system, and the selected inventory is committed to that rental for that rental period. This allows you to accept paid reservations at any time, even while you're driving, making a delivery, or working with another customer. Now let's look at the owner's side of the website. The admin area is protected by a login. And for this demo, the username and password is the same. It's demo@demo.com. This way, if you want to get in and look at this yourself or change some things to see how it might look for your business, you can do that. When you first log into the admin site, you are placed on the orders page. And this gives you one place to see all of your reservations. You can review payment and fulfillment status, customer information, package details, rental dates, and order totals. This makes it easier to see what is scheduled, what is currently with a customer, and what has been returned. So here is that order by Fred Smith that was just placed. It shows that we need to deliver him 12 totes and 1 dolly on June 29th, and that it is paid, and we are scheduled to deliver it. Now you can get all the order details by clicking on the order. So in here, you get the schedule, the customer information, exactly what to deliver, what the customer rented, and the delivery and pickup addresses as well, and any customer notes that they submitted while they placed their order. You can also add some internal notes here if you want. For example, you could use this to help you organize your route or things like that. If a customer emails or calls you and says, hey, I can't really pick it up on the 29th, can you push it out one day to the 30th to deliver the totes? Then you could come in here and reschedule this order. When you complete a delivery, mark the totes as delivered. So let's say it's the 29th today and we deliver the totes, then we would go in our system, click mark totes as delivered. So let's go back to the order list here. So now we know that Fred Smith has his totes and dollies and he's good to go. So let's say it's now July 13th and we're ready to pick up the totes. Well, we pick up the totes and we go into the system here and click on that the totes have been returned. So mark totes as returned. So now let's go back to our orders. Since that order is complete, it's no longer listed on the main page, but you can get to it by looking at all orders, for example. So there you can see that the totes were returned and all the information from that customer if there are any questions about this order in the future. By the way, marking the order as returned releases the inventory so it can be booked again. You can also download your orders as a CSV file or a spreadsheet file or as a calendar file, and then you can import that calendar file into your favorite calendar. Each event includes useful order details such as the customer name, location, package information, and notes. You can use the CSV file or the calendar file for reporting, bookkeeping, route planning, or just keeping offline records. If you want to change anything about your site or your offerings, you go to the settings section. Under the business settings, you can change the business name, city, state, phone number, email address, social links, and review link. These updates are used throughout the public website. So if you wanted to change the name of your business or your phone number, you just click Save Settings and that's immediately reflected on the website. The service area settings control the market name, city list, zip code checker, and service area map. You can add or remove service locations without rebuilding the entire site. This is useful if you expand into a new area or change your delivery boundaries. The catalog section is where you detail your rental packages and offerings. You can set the package name, number of totes, number of dollies, and the pricing. You can also change the display order or archive a package you no longer offer. This gives you full control over how the service is sold without requiring custom changes to the checkout process. Rental operations controls the day-to-day booking rules. You can enter in the total number of totes and dollies in your inventory. You can set the minimum notice required for a booking and how far ahead customers can reserve. You can also set the minimum and maximum rental lengths. For each day of the week, you decide whether the business operates and which delivery and pickup times are available. You can block full dates for holidays, time off, or days when you are already booked. You can also block off an individual time slot without closing the full day. These controls let customers book online while keeping the schedule within the limits you set. Next, we can go to the content section, and here is where you can set your frequently asked questions. This helps you answer common questions before they become phone calls, messages, or emails. The payment section connects the website to your Stripe account. This allows payments to go directly to you. On this demo site, I've disabled the payment settings here, but on your production website, you just enter in your Stripe API key here, and the payments will work. I can set that up for you or guide you through how to do that. The account setting here allows you to change your username and password. Again, for the demo, I have this disabled. This site can be customized to match your business. As you saw, you can control many settings in the admin area. I can also customize the design for you. For example, I can change the colors, use your logo, replace the images, adjust the wording, and make other changes to match your brand. This gives you a site that looks and feels like your business while still giving you control over the information that changes most often. So there you have it. That's the complete system. Customers can confirm the service area, choose a package, select available dates, schedule delivery and pickup, and pay all online. You can manage orders, track inventory, control your schedule, update pricing, and maintain the website from one admin area. The site can also be customized with your branding, colors, images, and business information. The main benefit is simple. You can accept more rentals with less manual work while reducing booking and scheduling mistakes. That gives you more time to focus on deliveries, customers, and growing your business. If you would like a site like this for your own business, please contact me and I would love to work with you.